They all about to get fucked.
Well, one person's not going to get fucked.
I don't know. Edmond feels like he's getting fucked. Love is Blind, season 9, episode 6, coming in hot. Let's watch.
Remote reality, yeah, that's the key. Unlocking stories wild and free. With the host, side by side. Channel surfers, let's ride.
The episode starts out with Patrick and Kacie and basically the stuff we covered at the end of last episode. I merged them together and Dee yelled at me.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to yell at you, but I was like, wait a minute. I didn't see that because I've been trying to watch. I know I do this. So I've been trying to watch an episode and then us record because if I watch ahead, I get everything all jumbled up.
She told me this is why I don't watch ahead. I've watched it twice ahead. I really like this season. So, yeah, I don't get it. She's faking.
Well, I think it's
Something's
more
off.
than just, there's just more than faking. I don't know what's going on with her. She did have a glass of what looked to me like wine in front of her at the table.
Oh, that will do it.
Yeah, and she was crying. And when Patrick came in, she was sitting there telling him how much she loved him. And,
Right.
and she was all over him the whole time that she's telling him why she doesn't want to go to Baja. She's kissing him.
And telling him she loves him. I think you're right. It's the wine.
Something is definitely off with her.
Dee, you'd crack that case. I mean, wine makes me feel that way.
Yeah, I'm very emotional. Wine will make me chill, but if I drink too much of it, it makes me all, boohoo and cry. So I try not to drink too much of it.
Then we see the couples at their honeymoon. Edmond gets a t-shirt and some matching shoes for his KB. Pretty cute that he wants him to match. Like, if Rob sees we're wearing the same color, he'll go back in and change because he doesn't want to look like we're matching.
Yeah, I don't like the whole matchy couple thingy. That's not me. It's too cutesy. Not in my...
It's cutesy.
Nick and Annie. We see them next on the balcony.
And they're up to their same shit. They're just making out and talking about how hot each other are. They keep talking about looks. For Love is Blind, their whole relationship seems to be like, you're not a mountain man. You look good. Let's make out. Is Love blind? Well, they look like they're hitting it off.
Who cares if it's blind, right?
Yeah.
Let's just make out.
Is it hard? That's all that matters. Allie and Antwon. I barely remember their names, but they're given some stuff in this opening scene. Allie jumps on Antwon because he has his eyes open when she's kissing him. But I'm like, bitch. Unless your eyes are open, how do you know?
Exactly. I never really paid attention to something like that before. Like, it certainly wouldn't annoy me, but I'm not seeing, so how would I know?
Dude, close your eyes, Allie. You wouldn't know. For someone who can't do mental images, sometimes you want to see more than just black when you're kissing.
True. She told him it was weird.
And then she told him that $5,000 ring, that's not love. It needs to be 10 grand. You need to double it.
What the hell? I don't.
I must not love my husband. I told him I didn't need a ring.
I think that should be a red flag in itself. That just speaks volumes.
You know what? And it worked out the way it worked out with Jordyn and Megan because I was like, I don't need a ring. And then I got the ring that Allie wants. Jordyn and Meg, they look like they're in love.
I know. They get along so well. And
she's all about his tattoos. He's showing off his lady tattoo. He's like, they don't mean anything.
That's what I was getting ready to say. She was all into his tattoos. And then she started talking about the tickles. Like, do you like tickles?
Do you want a penis tickle? He, I think, is trying to have more class than I do. Because he's like, I've got a kid that could watch this. And a mom. I'm just like, my mom's not going to watch my crap anyway.
They're definitely into each other's tushies.
They like that tush. That wagons.
Yeah.
I don't even know what a wagon is.
I don't know either.
Channel servers, comment below.
What's a
help
wagon?
us learn, friends. What's a wagon? I know I have a donkey butt. All right. Anyway, that's what they used to call me in high school. Donk. Joe and Madison. They are enjoying the hot tub. kissing. And then she tells him, you don't really know me until you see me walk into a wall, which I'm like, guilty.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
me. That's me. And he's like, it's okay. I'll try to help you. It's very sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow, I don't know how it gets brought up, but he says that she's not the type he usually goes for.
Yeah, he said he usually goes for thinner women.
Did he say that to her or just to the camera?
I think it was to the camera. I don't think it was to her.
I think to her, he just said it's not his usual type.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't like skinny. I want something to hold on to.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm still on the fence with him. I'm not really sure how I feel about him.
Do you think his feelings are real or you think he's faking it for Instagram?
I think that he's trying to go the distance because he's already there. But
he just wants to stay on the show and get followers.
Yeah.
Get what Joe is saying? Like, I don't usually date blondes. Have I dated blondes before? Yeah. Was I in my head thinking, well, that's not my typical type? Yeah. I'm like, well, I didn't think I'd like this. So I get it. Also, as someone who was engaged after 10, 11 days. Okay. I've talked about it on other episodes. Crazy mistake I made when I was 30. But I also understand being like, I've got this strong connection with this person, but also looking and thinking, do I really know what I'm getting into?
Well, yeah. And I mean, it's probably doubly hard for all of them because they've spent a few weeks in those pods just talking. And he seems to be having the hardest time transitioning from the emotional stuff from the pods to physical connection to the person, like how they look physically to what they sounded like and stuff.
Only on week like 3, 4, maybe. They haven't had a lot of time alone. Most of the time a camera crew is there. I mean, I was spending like every single day with my ex-fiance.
Mm-hmm.
And there still was that disconnect because while everything seems to be good, there's that logical side that's like, well, what do you really know?
I have a feeling they're about to find out a lot about each other.
I think so. The next part that we see is the couple's getting ready for bed. And you found that entertaining.
It was because, you've got hair extensions coming out, fake or false eyelashes coming off, and these guys are watching.
You didn't. That was
Edmond
KB and Edmond. And Edmond at first he's like, I'm not going to hit a bug, and then she starts pulling spiders off of her face, and he's like, whoa, I didn't know we had tarantulas.
It probably is surprising to a guy to watch the transformation of some of these women because
you start slapping her in the face with a newspaper trying to kill it. He's like, I don't kill bugs, but what the heck is attached to your face? I will protect my woman from that spider. She's like, dude, it's an eyelash. And then Jordyn turning off Megan's water.
Yeah, I thought that was funny. It was just, I'm sure it was a joke. He's like, don't waste water.
He's with a friend.
Yeah.
We see them all snuggling, getting ready to get up on each other at night. And then the next day, we go to our excursions. They're out doing all kinds of stuff, whatever you do at the resort. Although I don't see them holding pina coladas or BBCs, which would be my favorite thing to do at a resort, that and eat. However, we do actually see Edmond and KB eating, and they get into a little fight. I'm going to go Team Edmond. Team Edmond went this.
I don't know yet. I can't decide, but the way you described it to me was a little different than her scenario in the question. I mean, she was...
Well, let's hear it from your take.
Okay, my take was, she says, this scenario, we're out in a club. Mm-hmm. I'm with you. A guy comes up. He wants to dance. He doesn't take no basically for an answer. And, what are you going to do? And he says, well, I don't want to lay my hands on another person kind of thing. And she's
going to get all bon and be like, security. And they got a complicated order.
And then she says, okay, so then what would you do if he grabs my arm? And he's like, no, you're not walking away from me, and is pulling me towards him. Are you going to do anything then? And he was like, I'd have to get security. Like you said, get security.
I guess when I heard it, I wasn't considering that she wouldn't be able to pull away. Because if some man touched my arm,
Yeah.
anything I did to him would be way worse than anything my husband would do. And I asked Rob about this, and he's like, yeah, I'd call security. He's like, honestly, it's scarier to deal with you than to deal with me. I just let you go off on him, and they'd learn their lesson.
My husband would have absolutely never let somebody to touch me like that.
Yeah.
He would have been all in the person's business. It wouldn't have mattered.
I have to agree that my Rob, I would handle it a lot more aggressively than he would.
Oh,
He would probably be scared for the guy who touched me. Be like, dude, Lauren, slow down.
No, I probably wouldn't even have a chance to react. If my husband had seen another guy grab me and try to pull me towards them or something, he would
See, and Rob wouldn't have a chance to react to me because I'd need that guy in the balls.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I wouldn't have a chance
Watch
to
out.
react. I know that for a fact. What's interesting is I think she's trying to find a guy that she thinks is a protector, because she seems to be like, I'm tired of being Miss Independent. She wants to kind of let herself have a guy that's a protector and takes on.
And see, I see protector as in like emotionally, I feel good. They're a supporter. They are, kind, and they understand me, versus they start some shit and then there's a lot of drama. If anybody's going to be starting the shit, it's me.
Yeah. No.
Know your place.
No. I just think that she's seeking, if you watch the rest of the episode, I'm not going to give anything away, but just in watching
Go ahead.
Yeah, but
I
just in watching this episode, she's doing more protecting of him. She's constantly having to
tell me about the part you're thinking about.
She's constantly having to make him feel better because he compares himself so much to other people.
Mm-hmm.
So she's reassuring him, trying to make him feel better. He seems to be very emotional about a lot of these things.
And he had a pretty traumatic childhood, and she probably understands that, being someone that worked for social services.
Right. And I understand that part of it. I'm just wondering if this is gonna be like an everyday thing with him, if it's gonna be too much for her, because it's not what she was looking for, I don't think, when she was talking about it in the pods.
But she also thought that they had a great connection because she knows what people go through when they have those kind of childhood traumas, and she's able to be there for him.
Yeah,
I thought that part was, kind of a one-off for this episode. Well, until we get to the sexy stuff, which again I think ties back to his insecurities. We'll get there.
Yeah, and I agree with you. I think that she's going to have a lot of patience with that and understanding. I just don't know if it's going to be what she signed up for.
Yeah, although you'd think she would know some of the challenges, that being what she does.
Well, that's what this trip's for, right? For them to all start to get to know each other
before they get married.
Exactly.
In a few weeks. Joe and Madison, they're on a little catamaran, and he's just reassuring her, yes, I think you're gorgeous. She had a really cute swimsuit on. It was like hot pink and yellow, and it had a zipper and all the right places. You could be modest and zip it up, or you could be slutty. So I'd have it all the way down. I'd act like I couldn't even get it up. Somebody's gonna have to help.
Yeah.
SOS lifeguard.
I don't have those kind of boobs. I have to have it all the way zipped up.
I have to zip it up before I go into the ocean because they tend to pop out. So that's where you zip it up right before you jump in. All these in-depth conversations we've got coming from Nick and Annie. Basically, all I've heard them say is, you're hot. Can you believe we're engaged? I can't believe it. I love you.
So and then glad I chose you.
I'm glad I chose you. What do you want your kids to be named? Best skier on the mountain? I don't know if he's serious. I think that man is serious. She's like, I gotta veto this. I'm the only person in this focus group that matters. I think he would really name his kid that.
I hope he was just kidding.
All of these people on this show, well, a lot of them have strange spellings for their names.
That's true.
You have Jordyn with a Y. It must be a Colorado thing. You've got Kate with an IT, Edmond with an O instead of a U. Every time I'm typing out their names, I'm like, no, autocorrect. No, trust me, this is how it's spelled. Autocorrect's like, you're wrong. Jerks. So we're going to get everybody together, get them some drinks. We get everyone in, ladies sit down. What's going on? Well, I mean, unsurprisingly to us, Annie thinks she's the same person as Nick. I mean, they both have the same phrases on repeat. They're both not real sure of which way to go. They both really, really went hard for one person and then flipped to number two. Sorry, Nick. Yeah, nothing to disagree with there.
Nope, I think she nailed it right on the head.
A lot, they've been getting it in. A lot of them have. And who do you think's having the best sex? Except for, okay, so Edmond and KB. She says she's going to wait until the wedding night. What are your thoughts? It's only about 4 weeks out.
I probably would not marry somebody without having sex with them
That's
first,
what I was
honestly.
thinking. You got to test drive that car.
No doubt. Kick the wheels, kick the tires. Not waiting.
That's a lot
Nope.
to
I'm
sign
not going to
up
be
for.
surprised with a,
That's
license.
That's not the surprise you want.
No surprises.
What if it's like super mediocre?
Gosh, I don't know.
I don't know. That guy has a lot of energy. I think he's going to wear her out. He's not even
Either
going to
that
care.
or do some funky, weird shit.
Swing her from the chandeliers. Hey, who do you think's having the best?
From the conversations, I think it's probably Megan and Jordyn.
Agreed. When she says it's the best she's ever had, and they said why, and she says because he knows what to do.
I know. I said, you know what I was thinking? I was like, girl, that's the difference between being with a guy that's all about him and one that's all about you.
That's the difference between Jordyn and Mike.
Yep.
Jordyn has that BD, if you're thinking about it. He's got that man, he's packing.
Yeah.
He doesn't have any question about his
That's
performance.
why he was able to make the jokes that he did about it.
Absolutely. His SDE.
Yeah.
I don't know what she got, but she was not disappointed.
She was smiling.
She was sparkling.
Now we understand why she's Sparkle Megan.
And Nick is such a jerk. Remember, Nick sat there in front of Jordyn and told Mike, man, she made a bad decision. You're the most eligible bachelor here. So then he goes up to Sparkle Megan and he's like, Sparkle Megan, it really, that really says something. And then he's like, nice Cartier. I'll be your new Cartier dealer. So Megan goes, yeah, cool. Like, we need to get some for Jordyn. And he says, some point.
One day.
All right.
What's that supposed to mean?
Like, Cartier dealer, are you deciding when she gets to buy the Cartier? That doesn't seem like the best sales.
Yeah. He's not going to get a very good commission with that attitude.
He's like, yeah, no, not doing. Like, I'm going to sit here and offer, but then no. What is that man thinking? Allie wanted to wait, but she could not resist that Brazilian looking Antwon. Where was he from? Was it Russia?
Russia. And I thought it was funny. She said, my mom is going to love him.
My mom is going to love him. I hope she don't love him too much. And singly, Annie doesn't give a lot of feedback. She's just kind of like,
I know. And when they were in the pods, her and Nick are the ones that talked, I thought, the most about sex. Like, they were constantly talking about sex.
Even outside of it, they are making out 24/7. Maybe it's mediocre. She did not have anything to say. She was just like, yeah. Sometimes not saying anything says everything.
I think you might be onto something.
So the guys have a little talk about sex. It's pretty brief. Just Edmond is saying she's waiting. And then Antwon, he goes, look, dude, I wouldn't care about it if it's connection. He's trying to get Edmond out of his head, but then I think he puts him in a worse spot because he says, if she's a virgin, then I wouldn't care. But if it's just some bullshit, what do you mean if it's just some bullshit? She's wants to know you a little more than a month.
No.
Now, like, don't force it on her. If she's not wanting it, she's not wanting it. And if you're not wanting to get married without it, then say, hey, let's keep seeing each other. And maybe let her know up front.
Yeah, that's a good solution.
Because you and I, we want to try that joystick. That's what I would say. I appreciate where you're coming from. And you sound like you probably need some more time before you get married.
Mm-hmm.
So let's give it some more time and take this slower.
I agree. That's exactly what I'd do.
Edmond goes over. He starts lathering up the ladies with the sunscreen, and they're just busting his chops like, oh, you're all over our women. And then he sits down and he starts talking to Annie about how heartbroken Brennan was. Remember, he was super affected by that. I thought that was great. KB was kind of looking at him like, dude, don't say anything. Annie is going, you don't understand. He waited until the last hour to say anything, like the last 10 minutes. Dude, Nick waited till the last 10 minutes to start liking you, Annie. He just so happened to go from like to marry me in 24 hours.
Yeah, she doesn't know yet about Kate.
So much.
It's going to hit the fan.
But you know what? He sat there and he was treating Kate like his number one.
Mm-hmm.
She sat there and was treating Brennan like her number one, and they both flopped because the other one validated them with words. Very quickly, they both shifted from number one to I'll take the person who's saying what I need to hear. And actions speak louder than words. So as the party goes on, people start getting a little tipsy. Everybody in the club getting tipsy. And this reminds me a lot of me and my friends. Even just the conversations, we bust each other's chops, even text messages. I probably do more of the chop busting than my husband. My husband will laugh and throw in a comment here and there. But yeah, this is alcohol. I blame it on the alcohol.
For sure. And there's so many bromances going on right now. It's not
those men love each other. We see Antwon and Joe and
Jordyn.
They're all about each other. We don't really see anything from Edmond or
Nick.
But Nick's lady gets involved because she's standing between Joe and his men. She is standing right in the middle of Joe on one side and Jordyn and Antwon on the other side. And he's just wanting to get in there and talk about their hard nipples and hug them. Definitely reminds me of my friends that get drunk and give hugs. And she's like, you're getting too close. Get off of me. Honey, he's not trying to get on you. He's trying to get on Antwon. So move yourself away from Antwon and Jordyn, and you're going to be just fine because he ain't looking at you, Annie.
They're so annoying, though. Like, it's really starting to get on some of the girls' nerves.
Yeah. I think it's hilarious. I would be in there busting chops with them, but
it would be too much for me. It would probably be too much. I'd be like, you're annoying. Just if you're going to go do your bromance somewhere else.
I mean, this is like my friend that works for Department of National Resources sent a picture of a snake that he saw outside, and then a little meme that said, who might you be, sir? And I said, I like your snake. That's a really nice snake. I wouldn't show it to Kevin, though. He likes snakes and might try to hide it. Who's another guy friend of ours in the chat. And then my friend Dan, he's like, he only likes trouser snakes. And then Rob posts Penis Man Vandal Strikes Again. Somebody who wrote Penis Man on a wall. So yeah, this is, we're always doing silly stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
This is my friend group. We're crazy. I thought it was harmless. And then Megan gets annoyed with it. And to be fair, they did just meet these guys. I've been friends with my group of friends like over a decade. So we've got a history of busting each other's chops. So maybe they're, and I like goofy too. I'm goofy. My friends are goofy. Maybe they're not as goofy, but Megan, she says, you're annoying me. You're annoying me. Jordyn responds. He's like, oh, I'm in trouble. He's like, all you got to do is tell me. I'll behave. Joe. I think Joe is...
He's beyond
a few over the line at this point. He doesn't even know his name if you asked.
He is wasted. He is what I would call wasted.
Wasty face for sure. And Madison just looks scared and confused. She's like, I don't know what's wrong with you. He's drunk. I was like, he's drunk.
I was doing the same thing. I'm like, he's drunk. He's drunk.
She's only 26. We've had a lot more years to see drunk people.
Come on.
Do you think she didn't know? I don't know how she was confused. Maybe she was just pissed off.
I was going to say, by the time we were 26, we definitely knew what drunk, wasted, and the difference was.
Sure did.
Sure did.
Maybe it's because I don't know. She's mad, and he goes back to his room. And then she goes back to the room at the end of the night. And I don't know which team to go on here. Channel Surfers think Joe is saying, oh, I just kind of woke up. Now, he is still wasty-faced, but he says he was just trying to wake up, and that's why he was confused, because he does seem to pull it together. He's not sober, but he seems to pull things together a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, this does seem to be like several hours since he left the pool party, though, and went home to take a nap and sleep it off or whatever, because it's clearly dark outside. Yeah. And she's come in, and he is just, to her, he sounds incoherent. And I agree with her. Like, he's asking the same questions 3 and 4 and 5 times. He's talking about, where has she been? She's dressed nice. Where have you been? I mean, it's very confusing. And I think it was very scary for her, because I was thinking the same way as her. I'm like, is something else wrong with him? Like, is there something more than the drinking? Could he have heat? Could he have had a heat stroke or something like that? But
then she's like, I'm not going to sleep in bed with you, instead of let's go see a medic.
Well, I think she's scared of him. I mean, it kind of ended here, so I'm not really
She did get him a bottle of water.
Yeah, but I think she's kind of scared of him. Maybe she's just never been around drunk people before.
And that's what I'm wondering. You know, not everybody, I think, especially on the coast, I think we're a little crazier. It was probably dramatized too. I think and I haven't watched the previews for next week. I don't like to watch those. Yes, I will watch the shows when they drop in advance, but I will save the previews. It probably is not the big deal that they're making it out to be.
I hope not, because I think she's really worried.
Well, and she also doesn't know him. Like, what if he pees the bed when he's drunk? Not something that I do, but gosh, about 10 years ago, I had a pool party and somebody fell asleep. One of my guests fell asleep in Liz's bed and peed the bed.
I've seen people pee on couches. I've seen them or heard them peeing in closets. I mean, just everywhere but where they should be peeing when they're...
Oh, yeah. I have friends puking all over the place. This one time we solved it like a Cinderella story. There was puke in the driveway with a shoe beside it. So we knew whose shoe it was. Ding, ding, ding. We had a winner.
I want to say good times, but how good are they really? I don't know.
We had so many pool parties when Liz and I were roommates, and our friend Will, and that was for Will's 30th birthday, and we got a keg, and I had gotten 2 kegs. I don't know. It was all a weekend thing. It was wild. Love is drinking yourself blind. I'm just kidding. All right, Channel Surfers, thank you for listening. We've got 1 through 6 done.
I don't think we talked about KB and Edmond there at the end.
Oh, true. Yeah. So Edmond, well, I'd said how Antwon was busting his chops, and I think it put him in a worse headspace. And he's in his head. I mean, if we look at this deeply, Edmond, his parents had an addiction, and they couldn't beat it to keep him safe with them. He felt like he was losing to the addiction and going to foster care and coming back and going and coming. And that's an addiction. It doesn't matter how hard he tried, how great he was. They were addicted. They're going to choose that over their kid, unfortunately, until they get help. And that's hard too. That's a hard path too. So the rejection that we might feel, or us understanding where this person is, where they're not ready,
Mm-hmm.
I think he takes it on a different level.
For sure. I think the conversation was kind of okay. And then she said one thing that triggered him, and it just kind of went over the top.
And there's been alcohol involved. Tomorrow we'll tell. Episode 7, I think we'll be telling.
Yeah. But he has a really big problem with the fact that they're not having sex before marriage.
And again, I think that my parents couldn't love me. Everybody else is getting this. What's wrong with me?
Well, the way that he made it sound in the bedroom was because they're talking about it in the bedroom. And he's like, everybody today has had sex but us. We're the only ones that haven't had sex.
Right.
And she tried to say, I think that a lot of the problem that you're having with that is your comparison issues, because you are constantly comparing yourself to others and stuff like that.
And I think that comes back from childhood trauma.
Mm-hmm.
I think that goes back to feeling rejected by his absent parents, feeling like they chose addiction over him. Addiction is powerful. And him wondering, why me? Why do these other people have their parents? Why do these other people have fiancés that want to be intimate with them? It's a him.
Yeah.
It's him in his head, I think. And hopefully she understands that too.
Mm.
It's a lot to understand. That's a hard issue.
Yeah.
I wish they gave them some therapy or something to work through this.
He was asking her different things about it, and she was trying to explain to him what the difference was for like a one-night stand with her versus someone that she had maybe wait a little bit longer.
And she has very legitimate points, but to him, he's
not
looking at something's wrong with me.
Right.
I don't think it matters what she says.
Nothing
he's going
she says.
to. Right.
Yeah. Nothing she says is making a difference. I mean, and then he starts beating himself up for actually being the nice guy. I'm too nice. I'm too nice. I'm always too
he's
nice.
Trying that's a thing. This is something that's so deeply ingrained in him.
Mm-hmm.
He's not able to hear anything else. Like, it doesn't matter how much she felt. This is why he needs to work through this, and it's hard. And it's not his fault, but that doesn't mean that he shouldn't get some help for it. I mean, diabetes isn't my fault. I was type 1 diabetic when I was 10 years old. It doesn't mean that I don't have to take shots and take my blood sugar and have an insulin pump and work my CGM. Just because it's not your fault doesn't mean that you're not responsible for moving forward.
Yeah. Well, and she shuts it down. She's like, I'm done talking about this tonight. So,
which is probably a good idea, especially if they've been drinking and they've been out in the sun all day. That alone, just being out in the sun all day is exhausting.
I know. Yeah. And then you throw the alcohol on top of it. I don't think any of them should be trying to have serious conversations tonight.
Absolutely not. That was a smart decision. All right, channel servers, thank you for listening to Love is Blind, Season 9, Episode 6. The other 5 episodes are on our YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcast. Sorry we did not come at you with the Are You this week because we didn't know that we were going to get slapped by Netflix with 6 different episodes. But we will try to get that out there next week. Mm-hmm. Oh, one more thing. Diddy got sentenced today. Let me see what it was. I was guessing 6 years. Let's see what he got because I have not seen this yet. Mm-hmm. Looks like they're still in court right now. It's still ongoing.
Well, they are probably 3 hours behind us on the West Coast.
Prosecution asked for 11 years. Defense asked for 14 months. He'll probably serve 85% of whatever sentence he gets. So I will give an update on that. I might do a special little short on the sentencing, or I'll just throw it into Sister Wives on Monday. All right, channel surfers, I'm going to figure this out. My brain's fried.
Mine is too, and so is my butt. We've been sitting so much, my butt hurts.
It's Friday. I'm going to get this episode out and figure out what's for dinner.
Sounds good.
All right. See you soon, channel surfers. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.
Let's ride.
Tune in, don't delay.